Hey, while you in the first 5 seconds of the video, go ahead, like and subscribe.
We thought we the scum of the earth. Movies, TVs, everything. But what does the Bible say about you?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
I never heard I was a holy people. Till I heard it come out of here. I never heard that. I don't see it nowhere. God says we are holy people. Holy means set apart. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
You never heard you were special. Maybe by a parent, but us as a race, as a collective, we're not taught we're special here.
What's the description they gave?
They told me that in school.
What's the description they gave?
That's
Who's that verse is applied to?
The Israelites.
Okay.
Read.
Unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
God chose the Israelites for himself. And he said the Israelites is above all people. You're above all people. We're not taught that. We're taught we're equal with everybody. We're taught everybody is the same. But God didn't say you're the same.
Right.
Why you think we run faster than everybody? We're stronger mentally, physically than everybody. We excel. We get put in harsh conditions. We've been talking about conditions since we've been in here. We'll be in the ghetto and then skyrocket. Even with politics, it's so much vote. Who's heard of the Electoral College? What's the Electoral College?
What's your thoughts on that?
I gotta go, y'all have to
Look that stuff up. I believe it.
All right, they'll be here next week, boy. Make sure you back next week, boy.
I got you.
What's the Electoral College?
No, I've heard of it. I think
What is it?
it's the opposite of the popular vote.
The electoral college is the system used to select a president based on the demographics. That no particular area is stronger in their selection of the president. That's why we don't use the popular vote.
Right. So that's why I said the opposite of the popular vote. What he said.
So it's already handpicked who they're going to select.
No, that's not true.
So why do we have the popular vote still? Why does it still exist?
Well, we started the popular vote,
It's an
so we can
illusion.
say that not only did Kamala Harris lose the college vote, she lost the popular vote too. The majority of people apparently didn't like her policy.
Right. So has there ever been, one quick question. Has there ever been a time where those electoral vote and popular vote didn't align?
Hillary Clinton and Trump back in 2016.
They didn't align.
Trump won the college votes, but Hillary Clinton won the popular votes. Al Gore and Bush back in 1996. Al Gore won the popular vote, but Bush II won the electoral.
So with that Electoral College vote, it's already handpicked. So the whole thing with us
Why
voting,
you say that?
voting,
That's not
voting,
true.
look it up. You
What
can
you mean
look it up. You can look this stuff
We're
up.
talking about look it up.
You can look this stuff up. I'm not saying look it up. I'm not saying it. I'm not
That's
saying
true.
it.
You look it up. That's not true.
I'm not saying it in a manner to.
You're saying like this, the selection's already been made.
Yes, it's already been made.
That's not democracy.
It's already been made.
That's not democracy. That's not.
What happened to guys from voting?
So the process is that in any particular state, they hold a certain number of elected college votes. And that the popular votes in that particular state determines who get those college votes. Right? So that's how that works. That's why each state gets a different number.
I always wanted to know that. Why is it differentiated
Each
in
state
every
gets a
state?
different number. So it's not
I
appreciated.
got a question. I got a question. What has changed?
The electoral college decides.
Yeah, read that. Read that. Read
I
that.
just Googled it for the record.
Go for it.
Says the
What's the
electoral.
source?
I just Googled.
No. What are you reading
I
from?
literally Googled up electoral college importance.
The source, the platform.
It's USA.gov.
Okay, I'll go for it.
That's what it is.
It says the electoral college decides who will be elected president
That's right.
and vice president of the U.S.
But
That's right.
learn who was involved and how the process works.
Right,
And that's
and
August
so
22nd.
the way the process works is that each state can get so many electoral votes. And whoever wins the most votes, the popular vote in that particular state, get that number of electoral colleges from that state. Now, each state don't have the same amount. Each state doesn't have the same number. That's why it was important, for instance, for Kamala Harris to win Pennsylvania. Because there was no pathway that she would become president without Pennsylvania.
She lost long before that, though.
Huh?
She lost long before that.
Oh, she lost when it first started. I mean, he had busted.
Come on, man.
Blue wall.
She lost when she was chosen.
Bro, I said
Yeah.
She lost. She
Why
lost.
you waited too late? Let's stay on point.
What has changed for our people from politics?
What's changed?
What has changed?
What has changed? Have we benefited from politics at any time?
I think locally, yes.
when they give us our 40 acres of deal, that's
I think locally, yes.
They ain't gave us shit.
I think there's
They
small
ain't gave us
changes. I think locally there's small changes.
How far back you
What
want to go?
changed?
Emancipation Proclamation was 1812. But we didn't get the civil rights bills until the 60s.
Civil rights.
So you don't.
You still got
And then,
that was
in the 1998, they started retracting that. Not too long, the damage that Trump did, and started in 2016 retracting benefits and what do they call it, DEI, for black folks. They started retracting it.
What was
So, look,
what was the question though?
My
Has
question
it-
was,
has
has anything
politics-
changed? Has politics changed?
Have we-
Have we ever
Yeah.
benefited?
You don't agree that it's small changes
Because-
like locally at least?
You saying no, sir, right?
At all.
I mean, to some degree. To some
Look,
degree, yes.
and I'm gonna tell you what,
You're talking about.
this is why even
Right.
when Kamala was running, and she was so concerned about the black males vote, black folks vote, right? And we kept saying, look, you Democrats have been taking advantage of us for too long, that you take our vote for granted, but we're not getting anything from it. You know what I mean? How can we live in disparity? How can we have the south side of
I agree
Chicago,
with that.
the dog in the condition it's in, and the west side of Chicago in the condition it's in, talking about policies and going back to this idea of opportunity and social justice, and say the politics is working for us. It's not.
Thank you, sir. That's something when we talk to people, you have our people. What's the solution? That's what we get into. Who been what's the word I'm trying to say? Anybody ever look at you crazy because you say you ain't vote?
I've heard it.
Well, who didn't vote? Who didn't vote?
I've heard it a lot. I've heard that a lot. Guys don't vote.
When people ask you, they say,
Shame on you if you didn't
why you ain't vote? What's wrong with you? Why?
That's me.
But as to the points that the gentleman was saying, nothing has changed for us. So you said a good question. What's the solution? Read this.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 1. How is the gold?
17.
Verse 17. As for us, our eyes has yet filled for our vain help.
When something's vain, what is it?
Thing would be like, just kind of like, full of yourself.
That's what we doing. How many times we ran to polls and they even use entertainers and athletes. Hey, make sure you vote. Who was that in the early 2000s, y'all?
Yeah,
My mind.
You talking about
Yeah, who was that? That was
You talking about
you sure that was him? I thought that was Lil John and them.
Strippers.
All of them.
Remember the Vote or Die shirt?
All of them doing that.
Vote or Die shirt.
Everybody's doing that, bro.
We still in the same predicament.
Your girl just did it.
Hey.
She had sexy red on it.
Yo, she had Glorilla.
She had gorilla.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion.
She had Megan Thee Stallion.
What the fuck Megan Thee Stallion gonna tell me about
That's what
politics?
How you feel?
Disrespected.
I feel bamboozled.
Hey,
had her.
meanwhile, Trump had
I got a question.
Joe Rogan. He had Elon. These guys actually,
Forget all that.
they
How many of you
talk.
guys got this text message telling you
Hell
no
no.
voting history? You voted in 2020.
I did.
I ain't get
Voted-
that.
I did.
I heard about that.
I got that.
Look,
But look though.
let me tell you this, right?
Go ahead.
You're not
Them
going
don't
to
do
have the
this.
ear
He walked
of
up to the
any
window.
politician
What he tell
if
her girl?
you don't do two things
At the
collectively.
window.
Watch
Who
this
that
back.
bitch?
You got to do three things. There's three things you have to do in order to get any politician's ear and get policies that positively affect them. You ready? You got to stand up and be counted. You can't hide from the census. Federal funding and all the rest of this stuff we use in order to improve our communities is based on our population. And we're terrible at it. I mean, we're terrible at it. In the city of Chicago, they say we're so bad at it that it's probably, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 million of us, traditionally black folks, niggers. Why use that term? Because what we get confused with is our Hispanic partners who also want to use the term black. I'm not talking about them right now. When it's convenient for them, they'll say they're black.
Yeah. Everyone, minority are bro.
So I'm not talking about them right now. Two, you have to stand up and be counted. Two, you got to vote. Because there's a voting record. You know why they don't pay their dry community? Because we don't vote. Why should I chase you, try to provide for you, or write any policies for you, and you won't vote? Look, this is the man's game. The white man, black, I don't know how you want to title the man. To me, the man is the government. And every government official is elected. And if you ain't going to play the man's game, you're not going to have his attention. Three, you got to be willing to put your money where your mouth is at.
Yep. You saying some good points. You got to play the game. That's why have you ever seen?
So this idea of not voting, that's not a sense. Don't expect for nothing to change if you don't stand up and be counted, and you don't vote, and you don't give him $10, $5, $100, whatever you can afford.
But sir,
Because other than that, your voice isn't going to be heard.
you saying, because you
Hold on, hold on.
said you play the game. You said in order
That's
for
the game.
some,
That's the
in order for
political
something to
game
happen,
anyway.
right? In order for something to happen, you gotta abide by those things.
Those are the rules.
But our people
Just like that
vote.
Bible, those are the rules. I'm telling you that right now. Those are the
We're
rules.
voting, right? Who remember our people been getting killed here for how long?
Here's where? Chicago? Who? Where?
United States of America.
We got here.
What's some bills? You say what? You just got here.
Since we got here.
Since we got here, correct.
And you know, all black folks were slaves. You know that, right?
I ain't left.
Hold on, we're gonna let him talk. Let him talk. I want to hear what my man gonna say right
We
here.
own some.
Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's see what he about to say.
So to me, the biggest thing that's going on, right, is that we say our people, but who is our people? Like, who is black people? Like, so when you say black people, like, who?
You know, the black race is the only one.
But that's what I'm saying, because
This
we
one
was reclassified as black people. We're not
constantly
black people.
reclassified.
And that's the biggest
That's a
problem.
problem.
That we call ourselves black people. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem. Because when they
Legally, black people
reclassified us
can
as black
include
people,
Hispanics.
it took everything, any type of power, political power we had. It took it.
So this is who we
Hold on,
are.
We're not black people, but we still continue to say that we're black people, meaning that we don't exist. So we say ain't no laws for black people. Of course. Who the fuck is black people?
Exactly. You
Who
ain't
is
wrong,
black
bro.
people?
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Let me show you something.
Marlo, what you say?
Before you got in here, we
I heard you say,
were
look at that.
we are the Israelites. We are the people that this Bible talks about. One of the things that was going to befall the Israelites, they was going to lose their nationality and who they are today. Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. Because we was talking about the politics and the vote, that's how we got there. And what I was saying, when you asked what the solution was, the solution is to leave this stuff alone and get back to our culture. Black. These pants are black. It's not a country called black. You can't go nowhere called
I
black.
think the solution is to organize, but how do we do that?
If you don't know
Because
who we are.
everybody got a different ideology of what black is and who black people are. That's the problem. That's
So
the
you
problem.
got black
Watch this.
and you
So
got
when you say
African
white,
American.
right? When you say white, right? What does that mean?
White means
Because
pure.
they
What you looking
separate
up?
from themselves. Even the white people, they separate from themselves. They got Italians, you got the Jews, you got whatever. You get what I mean? You can go so forth and so on, but they all collectively. But when you say black, it's just one big broad stroke, like we all the same thing, and that's not true. We're not all
say whatever's not white is black.
What happened to us?
No, I get that. No, I get that part. But what I'm saying is, like everybody else has a nationality. Black is not a nationality.
Exactly.
You get what I mean?
I understand exactly what you're saying. That's
What's your name, brother?
That's why they came up with the term African American.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37.
And African American got coined in 1985.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware.
Watch this.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
An astonishment. We are a shock to people.
Read a proverb.
A proverb is a wise saying, stereotype. They got so many negative stereotypes and sayings about it. All black folks is gangbangers. All of them got disabled homes. They downtrodden, they this, they that. All of them do is steal, drugs. These is all the things that's said about us in this world. Read.
And a byword among all nations.
That byword is not being called by your God-given name. Right. Your God-given name is Israel. Ain't no power in black. Ain't no power in African American,
I
Negro.
don't know about those terms.
What Israel mean? I'm gonna show you what Israel means.
So if you don't go by those terms, what you gonna put on a job application?
American Indian. That's what I am.
You gonna put American Indian?
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28.
You say you American Indian? Your God-given name is Gad. That's the God-given name of those people. Those people are Gad. G-A-D. Gad.
Oh, Gad.
Tribe of Gad. Read.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God.
There's power in your God-given name. Ain't no power in them terms. Isaiah 65:15. What you said, us getting reclassified. That's stuff that happened in history. Before you got in here, I was asking the brothers what's fact, what's fiction. This stuff actually happened. So the Bible talking about it, and then it happened in history. All you gotta do is line it up. So that's one of our problems. We don't know who we are. Even with the Native Americans, what are they going through right now? On reservations. You talk about rights and all this. They have no rights. They build pipelines through Native American reservations. Don't ask them nothing.
You know, I was actually in Utah, and they're pretty happy. They've been well compensated.
All of them, all Native Americans.
The ones that I ran into, they seem to be really happy about being compensated. I went to the Grand Canyon, the Cantaloupe Canyon, and I spoke to a lot of Indians out there. They were super cool, and they seem to be happy.
Native Americans, a lot of Native Americans get them.
Okay, what's your term you use?
Shit, down in
What
farmers.
term did I use?
Native Americans and Indians.
Oh, it's an Indian. It's an Indian. What'd you say?
I said Native American.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, my bad. Yeah. My bad.
But if you was talking about one specific group, that's one specific group. We talking about all of them. If you look this up, yes, here. If you look this up yourself, they live in what is reservations, but they really ghetto.
They suck.
The women go missing, never
Hawaii
found.
too.
Like what areas though?
Suicide.
Hawaii, they everywhere, bro.
You got Wyoming, Idaho, Wisconsin, parts of Illinois, Oklahoma. We ain't talking about what they show on TV. Go to a real reservation and see how they live.
Okay.
That's why when we talk about
A lot of them are there in slums.
in slums, bro, women go missing on a high rate. Never found. Just like blacks, just like Hispanics. Deuteronomy 7:6. We talk we the scum of the earth. Movies, TVs, everything. But what does the Bible say about you?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
I never heard I was a holy people. Till I heard it come out of here. I never heard that. I don't see it nowhere. God says we are holy people. Holy means set apart. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
You never heard you were special. Maybe by a parent, but us as a race, as a collective, we're not taught we're special here.
What's the description they
They
gave?
told me that in school.
What's the description they gave?
Special ed.
As who that verse is applied to?
The Israelites.
Okay.
Read.
Unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
God chose the Israelites for himself. And he said the Israelites is above all people. You're above all people. equal with everybody. We're taught everybody is the same, but God didn't say you're the same.
Right.
Why you think we run faster than everybody? We're stronger mentally, physically than everybody. We excel. We get put in harsh conditions. We've been talking about conditions since we've been in here. We'll be in the ghetto and then skyrocket. Like the young man that you was just talking about. The young man that was just in
We tough
here.
because we went through slavery. It's in our blood.
What constitutes slaves?
I want no slave.
Not us, it's in
Like
our
what makes
blood.
up in
My
like
people
how
came
you
from
know-
Jamaica. They weren't slaves.
Some people
We're around the-
You know, damn near every race was a slave, though.
Every people come from that.
You got to remember something, right? How were they able to capture people from Africa? What was that relationship?
We taught that our own people sold
But you know, I got these
Right.
numbers now.
Yeah.
each other.
Right.
You know, everybody that's brown skin is not the same.
Wait, you said that never happened?
We did not sell each other. That was a whole different race.
No, we never sold each other. We knew that.
That's
When you
right.
look
That's-
up the history,
We did sell each other.
you had
Yo,
Arabs,
Hold on,
you
man.
had Caucasians,
Not in the
and
beginning.
you had Africans.
took a
Band
minute.
together and sell Israelites.
That's right.
You can look this stuff up. They got old
When you
slave
when
maps.
you look it up, you see both these stories in.
Both was
You see what they sold their own people as well.
That's after, though.
Hey, you got
That
a
was
Zondervan
us.
in the car.
Wait,
You
who
got a Zondervan when you vote.
Israelites. Africans sold
I got
Israelites.
I believe the misconception of it, right?
Malcolm
It's
was
two forms of
instructed.
slavery, right? I think you got prisoners of war, and then you just got employees.
I already know, Steve.
I think
Slavery was employment.
he went back to
I get what he's saying.
he went
That's
back.
saying employment.
He
What we went through wasn't employment. What white folks went through when they came over here and colonized the land, they was given plots to work and
It's called indentured
grants.
servitude.
What you say?
Indentured
That's
servitude.
the name of it. Indentured servitude. That's not what we went through.
White people were slaves too, though.
You can put a nice name on it, but it's still
Okay.
So
slavery.
hold on,
They
wait.
weren't taken by force though.
And so
That's what I said. That's why I said it's a difference between prisoners of war.
at the conception of
That's
slavery,
type of
right?
slavery.
In Africa, right?
I ain't forgot
You telling me Africans never sold Africans?
Hamites.
No, they sold us.
Shem and Ham.
Israelites.
Difference.
Right.
Africans sold Israelites.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
So the Israelites, they was in slavery under the Egyptians. Both dark-skinned people were totally different. That's why when we went into slavery, that's taught to us. The African soul.
I'm
That breakdown isn't. Have you guys been to DC, the African American Museum, on the bottom floor? That breakdown isn't in there. You actually read where Africans sold Africans in the African American Museum on the bottom floor. That breakdown you guys are referring to.
I've seen that a lot.
I didn't know that.
That narrative that you're saying, they're still gonna they're not gonna tell us who we are. They have the money and the resources and still indoctrinate people who visit that museum, even if they don't know. So it helps compile their lives with their education, from high school to college, and then when you go on a vacation to Washington DC, it's still not gonna tell you who we are. He just read you who we are, and he shows us in Joel chapter 3 all the people that had a hand in our demise.
Is that museum not ours?
African American Museum. That's African American. You're not African American. He's telling you. He's giving you your nationality. You're not going to
Get Joel, sir. Get Joel.
They go back to
This is all the people in here.
I'm glad you just have pointed that out, because that's what we think. We think when we hear that title, it's gonna tell us. If a building had that title on there, everything in there gonna be factual. They're gonna tell us everything. They ain't even told us everything that happened to us over there.
You put an Israelite museum here on 83rd Street. Everybody in the world trying to shut this place down.
Wow.
Everybody.
They'll
Put
bomb.
a sign
What are you
out there.
talking
They'll
about?
shut it down, and you know that's the truth.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So this is prophet. This for the last days. This is what God is gonna do to the other nations for doing harm to you, to the Israelites, to us in this barbershop. Read.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
That's something else. Where is that? Show Gary that map. Because we got scattered all over the earth. You read, you aware of that.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot.
Did that happen to us? Say cast lots. I'm talking about them selling us.
It's one downtown.
Young boys, man, they're sex breeders doing slavery. Did that not happen? Read.
And sold a girl for wine.
Our daughters, our mothers for wine, for guns. They did this in slavery.
That they might drink. Yea. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all?
So Tyre and Zidon, those are ancient African nations. You see, he talking about Israel. He said, I'm going to plead with the nations for what they did to my people Israel. Then he talked about Tyre and Zidon. Those are ancient African nations, not Israelites. Because the Africans, the Arabs, and the Caucasians played a hand in our slavery.
And all the coast of Palestine.
Palestine. What group of people is that? That's the Arabs.
Will you
know something else? A lot of our people, they be like, well, some of us was Muslims when they got off the boat. That's why. It is more than one slave trade. Transatlantic slave trade. Then it's the sub-Saharan slave trade. But the Arabs took us, make sure you read that flight, but the Arabs took us all the way east. And was selling us China,
you had a good church today?
India, but they took us east.
So you want to answer so what to me, right? With any race of someone, right? Why should I? How do these races of people get conquered? Yes, no problem.
How did we get conquered? How did we get conquered?
Tell you what, come to the school, man.
We got conquered. How did they get conquered? They got conquered because we disobeyed God. Because one of the things God said would happen to us when we go to war, we would lose.
Will ye render me in recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Because what? God did not choose them. So God is saying, because I didn't choose your people, I chose Israelites. I'm trying to pay me back. I'm going to bring it back on your head. I'm going to make you pay for it.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians.
We are Judah. We are Jerusalem. They sold us to the Grecians. The Grecians is the Greeks. Those are white folks. They sold us to the white man. Read.
That ye might remove them far from their border.
So the Arabs and the Africans sold us to the white man.
I'm sorry.
Moved us from Semachiah. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15 and 25. Then I want to answer some questions. That's
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said, if you don't keep my commandments, all these bad things that's going to get listed right here is going to happen. I'm going to scan the verse up. He said, if you listen to me, all of the good things that I'm listening to, we did not listen. We went against it. So here's where we get caught. Verse 25.
Verse 25. And the Lord shall cause thee to be smite before thy enemies.
So the opposite of this, we would win every battle. The Lord would be with us when we fight. The flip side is, if you don't listen to me, when y'all go to war, y'all gonna lose. You're gonna be smitten before your enemies. Read.
Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them.
A spirit of
you a bogus ass nigga.
He went out west.
I ain't dropping the ranks.
He went out west.
Oh, you dropped the ranks and you went out west.
He went out west.
They broke you up. You don't even like you got a rhyme. You don't even like you got a rhyme.
We go against God. That's what gets us conquered.
I told him over here, man.
That's what's so basically.
You saying that those people went against
You a hater, G. I thought we was cool.
Exactly. Sent the demise to get accomplished.
What that mean? You
Now,
got $100 all that money you got. You ain't got no kids.
The same thing what I'm saying.
You ain't got no
No, you
kids.
said, how can God
You got no
turn around and punish the people that he sent against us? In Romans chapter 9,
Bogus, bro. I thought we was real brothers.
20.
Hey, wrong. I thought I was your dark-skinned brother, man. You said God.
It's the book of Romans.
I thought every time you come to town, you come to me.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 20. Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against God? Because our people do, just people in general. How God gonna pick a certain people and not pick these other people? That's a common question. Read. Shall the thing formed? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Can you say to the thing that was made, can you turn to the creator and say, why did you make me like this? You ever did pottery? People make pots. Can the pot tell the potter, why did you make me a vase?
Look at that.
Read.
Have not the potter power over the clay?
The potter got power to mold it however he sees fit. Read.
The same lump to make one vessel unto honor?
So God made one vessel unto honor. That's the Israelites. Read.
And another unto dishonor.
He made another vessel to dishonor. I'm not concerned about who the vessel to dishonor. You the vessel to dishonor, I'm the vessel to honor. God chose my people. Whatever you supposed to suffer, that's what you supposed to suffer. That's how he set it up. You his chosen people. That's something that we do too. Not you. When I say you, I mean in general. We be like, well, what about them? If you won $1 million, you ain't gonna go out here on Pulaski and ask who else won $1 million. You gonna close the suitcase and you gonna go home. So it's the same thing with this Bible when you crack it open. The Bible talks about your people being blessed, your people being saved, and the people that did harm to you being punished for harming you. That's how God set it up. That's it. Isaiah 55 verse 8. You are the vessel to honor. They the vessel to dishonor.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
That's what we don't be understanding. His thoughts ain't our thoughts. Read.
Neither are your ways my ways,
His ways is not our ways. Read.
saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways.
His ways is higher than our ways. He's the Father. We are the children. Just like if you got children, your children can't be up there trying to question, why am I this? Why am I that? No, they just got to fall in line. You mold them how you see fit. Now, the question is, the people that did that, that's what I wanted to get to.
Can I?
Right, you said it. Right, so who ruled the earth?
Can I get to one thing in here? Just one thing. Like, we didn't have church in here for 2 hours. Now it's time for y'all to get y'all haircut.
I want to show you this. Brian asked, he said, we've been here this long, why we ain't gonna get no help?
Hey, when in America was ever breaking
Another day that y'all open, people in line come in and shake on the side. But not today.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So, one of our laws, one of our rules is to keep the Sabbath day. Saturday is the Sabbath. That's the seventh day. On that day, God wants us to do certain things.
Right here.
Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So 6 days,
I don't believe in chest house.
God give us to do all our work. You got 6 days to do all your work. That's why you see that we ain't working today.
Right.
I'm not at my job today.
Right.
Read.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Today.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
No work on Sabbath.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor the stranger that is within thy gates.
So nobody in your house supposed to be doing no work today. That's the Sabbath. Now, you still like, okay, no work. Where's the buying? Nehemiah 10:31. So it's no working today. It's no buying, no selling today. That's why we ain't get no cut. If this was another day.
Yeah, I would have
Today is the Sabbath. No buying, no selling. No work today.
slow.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10, verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware of any vexing, or on the Sabbath day to sell, that we will not buy it of them on the Sabbath, or on the holy day. And that we will leave the 7th year in the exaction of every debt.
So you see that? No buying. No buying, no selling, no working on the Sabbath. Here's something else. Might as well get it. Exodus 35 and verse 3. This is just the Sabbath. So everything we do, according to him. Remember, we the Israelites. This our law. This our history.
This the book
So
of
if it was a Tuesday, Wednesday or something, tomorrow, right? Sunday, we'll gladly get a cut. But today, not on Saturday. Because what we got to do to get a cut, we got to pay. No buying, no selling.
The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 3. You shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation upon the 7th day.
So when you see fire, you like, damn, so if it's cold, I can't heat up the house. No, that's not what that's talking about. That's talking about cooking. So no cooking. No cooking.
Come on, big dog.
Yeah.
Come on, so you the reason why you love this.
Wherefore, the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant.
Good?
Observe something.
Not hurt you. Not worry about my shit.
When it says to observe this throughout your generations, what that mean?
The white girl wants to play. That's all about.
It said
The other one.
observe this
The other one.
throughout your generations. What that mean?
They want to be dirty.
That means forever.
They want to be
We're
dirty.
supposed to observe what this say throughout our generations. Because this is our culture. It ain't just rules, man, but this is our
It's
culture.
all good, big
So
dog.
we supposed to
You should see me when I leave.
on the Sabbath. That's something we don't know.
You put that shit
No
on
buying,
there.
no selling, no cooking, no working. For the Sabbath, God asked for one day. He didn't say
I put bullshit on there.
He said one day. 6 days to work, but the 7th, I want y'all
Don't fuck with you.
to rest. And it ain't you sleeping, you resting for all that labor. What's something else you do on the Sabbath? Leviticus 23, in verse 3. So no buying, no selling, no cooking, no working. You also supposed to congregate on the Sabbath.
This is the book of
Get
Leviticus.
around other commandment keepers. You get around your people on the Sabbath.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord.
You see that? I ain't make that up. That's what it says. So when we get done here, we want to go congregate. Other commandment keepers. That's what you're supposed to do on the Sabbath day. So I know we had a whole bunch of different topics, points, but don't forget them things. You an Israelite, you're supposed to be keeping these commandments. The reason why we go to what we go is because we know God's commandments. Voting ain't gonna save us. All this other stuff out there is not gonna save us.
I can get somebody. Which one?
We gotta come back to God. Root 4 and 20.
I can ask Malcolm. Can you
That's
say
what we gotta do.
Come on up here right now.
What time you got?
Same thing I charge. $100.
It's the book
A
of
lot of us, we ask, what's the solution? What's the solution? Come back to God.
Now come up and touch up for real.
I know it's a small group of us.
Hey Malcolm, you got somebody right now? Touch up just want to shave.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 28.
He said somebody caught at the train right now.
For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
That's what we got to do.
Don't act like this outside.
We just read, break my commandments, this is going to happen to you. So if you keep the commandments, you're going to be blessed. You got to come back to God.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.